Well, we are turning our attention to another matter now, as we're joined by Mr. Oluwasegun Ojemuyiwa, who is a legal practitioner and a former lecturer in the university. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, we're focusing on security at this time because lately, I mean, yesterday there was another perspective that the DSS gave as the reasons for going to search the residence of the former NSA. And then we also do know that the lawyers have been speaking up, counsel to the former chief security officer of former president, Jonathan. But about the search for the house of the NSA, the DSS has said, for those who care to listen, we actually have a valid warrant. And that what we did is not strange to law, and they haven't violated any law whatsoever. So they wonder why the hue and cry.
Well, what I would say is all things are lawful, but not expedient. I believe with a search warrant, they are entitled to go into that premises and execute a search warrant and search if they introduce themselves properly to Dasuki and let them know, oh, look, this is our search warrant. Now, if you look at the search warrant itself, the search warrant says that they are there to look for incriminating materials. I think that is not proper. You must, when you want to execute a search warrant, in my own opinion, you don't say you come to my house to come and look for incriminating materials. Because if indeed you come into my house, you may actually find some things like an acid. Do you get it? I may have a purpose for bringing an acid to my house. Maybe I want to incinerate some documents. Maybe I want to do some other thing with the acid. Now, acid per se is not something that is usually found in a house. But I may have a purpose. But the fact that you find an acid in my house does not necessarily mean I intend to commit a crime with it.
It could be battery acid, I mean. People have battery acid in the house, don't they?
No, what I'm saying is that saying that you are looking for some weapons and is okay, but saying that you're looking for incriminating materials is too wide.
Do you have a copy of, will you avail the copy of the
No, I have not at this point
warrant?
in time. I have not seen the search warrant, but from what we have had online, principally.
Did you see a copy of the search warrant
No,
online?
no, not yet.
How exactly are search warrants couched?
Well, search warrants will tell you...
In what language are they couched? Are they specific in terms of what they're looking for?
Well, a search warrant do not have to specifically state the items they're looking for.
Okay.
But the moment you choose...
Can you give us an example of the words, of the words in terms of how search warrants are couched?
Search warrant is an order.
Yeah.
It's an order given by either a judge, a magistrate, to the police, or to any security agency.
So what does it say?
To effect is simply an order by a judge or a magistrate directed at the law enforcement agents to go into a particular place and conduct a search.
Okay.
So it doesn't state specifics.
It need not state specifics.
So how do you know this one has specifics?
Now, what I read online is that they're looking for some weapons and they're looking for some incriminating materials. Now, the moment you now state, the moment you need not state what you're looking for.
But the
moment you state it, I mean, it must be reasonable.
Who stated this? Is it the DSS that stated it online, or some bloggers online that stated what the DSS is supposed to have told the men at Mr. Dasuki's residence?
I didn't get you very well.
This, what you said you read,
as I said,
was it the DSS that said it, or was it some bloggers
I have read the online version of Dasuki's stories. I've read the online version of the DSS story. Now, from the DSS story, that is what I got. It was from the DSS story that I got the list of what they said
what they found.
on the premises.
But did what you read, did he say that was what they were coming to look for?
No, what I read was that they're coming to look for some dangerous weapons, and they are looking for incriminating materials.
Let me read this part.
Okay,
maybe
please,
to check if you also saw this.
Okay.
It says the Department of State Services, they say they invaded the houses of the immediate past NSA,
Okay.
Sambo Dasuki, based on credible intelligence
Okay.
linking him with alleged plans to commit treasonable felony against the Nigerian state.
Now, if the law is that the law, even the Constitution allows, you have a freedom. There are some certain freedoms that are guaranteed to you, fundamental rights. But even those freedoms are not absolute. That is clear. That is right. That the state can derogate from your freedom for the sake of public safety, public defense, and public morality. They have a right. The SSS has a right to obtain a search warrant, and having got a search warrant, they have a right to go and execute a search. But what I am saying is that my complaint really is the way and manner it was executed.
Which way exactly?
Now, you see, we're in a new regime. Nigerians voted for a change. Nigerians wanted a clear departure from the way it used to be. It used to be. Now, Dasuki was the immediate NSA. Now, if you have anything against him or anything for him, I think you should go about it minding the signals you are given. Now, you must know that Sambo Dasuki, I've never met him, I don't know him. Now, sometimes ago, I read it online too, and it has been verified that it's like there's a personal issue between him and the present president. That he actually was the one that led, he and two other guys led the team that went to arrest the president when he was a military head of state. Now, even with those information, I believe the SSS they have such information. Now, such information say, look, let's approach this guy with wisdom. Now, this guy resigned on a Tuesday. This guy resigned on a Tuesday, or is tenure-handed on a Tuesday. Now you obtain I think they did not give him enough time. There is what we call debriefing. You should give him time to go home and return back every property that belongs to the state that is in his. Certainly, he must have been in privy. He must have been in custody of some items that ordinarily he wouldn't have had in his possession if he was not the NSA. So have they given him the time? Have they given him enough time, have they given a reasonable time to debrief, to be debriefed, to hand over these rifles, that probably belongs to the state? Have they given him that time? He left office on a Tuesday. You obtained a warrant on a Wednesday.
But
you went there with the rifles on a Thursday.
Hold on.
I think things.
The rifles,
okay.
were they assigned to Colonel Dasuki in his person? When you say the rifles that he didn't know, he wasn't given time to return them. I just had to pick that up. Were they assigned to him or to his?
In everything now, in this age, in this era, now there's something that is called best practices. Best practices to me simply means the best way, the best possible way of going about doing things. Best practices. Best practices. What the DSS did is legal. It's legal. It's legal.
So why are you faulting? If it's legal, why are you faulting it?
No, I'm faulting the unnecessary razzmatazz. I'm faulting the unnecessary Gestapo style. I'm faulting the unnecessary siege.